Hi, John here. Took a few months off, actually 6 months here now, of doing videos because I was working on publishing this Bible, Rubricated American Heritage Bible, and I'll get into explaining that one right here in this video. I'm happy to announce that I've completed the digital scanning and published the ebook of Lewis Klopsch's Holy Bible Red Letter Edition. I feel like I've uncovered a historical treasure of knowledge, and I'll explain why this Bible is the gem of a treasure. So when I started reading the Bible, I first started with a Gideon's King James version, and then incorporated a Good News Bible. Neither of these had red print, so in 1986 I purchased my first New King James with Words of Christ in red. But this red emphasis was only in the New Testament. Nonetheless, it tremendously helped me understand who Jesus was and what he did. Bibles with red print emphasizing Jesus originated with Lewis Klopsch in his Red Letter Bible. I've compiled this digital edition into an ebook, and a print version is in the works. I wrote the historical preface that gives background to Lewis Klopsch and this Bible. So let me show you that here where I've published this on my website. It's at this URL, libraryofthebible.org/red-letter-bible-1901-A-D, right up here. As I scroll down here, you'll see in this book viewer, you can click on these pages and they'll flip. But also you can download this as a PDF right here. If you click on this three dots or the ellipsis icon, and then go to downloadable files, and you want to get the PDF, not the EPUB. Unfortunately, I was not able to do it in the EPUB just because of the scanned images. If you get the PDF there, you can view it as a PDF. And with the PDF, or actually let me go back to this viewer, you can zoom in right here into the pages and enlarge them for better viewing. But in this viewer, it's a little more difficult to navigate other than going to pages. In the PDF, the downloadable PDF, you can word search, which is limited to the OCR scanning capabilities. Some words were not picked up just because of technical reasons, but you can search words. You can also do bookmark jump to on the pages, and I'll explain that. I'll show you real quick here. So once you get it downloaded, let me bring up that file. So this is what it'll look like. Here's the cover page. On the left of a PDF, you have the thumbnails, and then you have right here on the far left the bookmarks, and you'll want to click on the bookmarks, and you'll see the table of contents for this. And if you click on that, it gives the table of contents here. There's the historical preface, and then also the facsimile of the Bible. And you can jump to the historical preface here, and you could also jump to Old and New Testament book contents. There's the table of contents with their pages. And then you can go to the explanatory note that Lewis Klopsch gives on explaining rubrication that he did. To get to the Old Testament books, you just expand that Old Testament, and you got Genesis, and you could jump to, say, Leviticus or 2 Samuel and Jeremiah, etc. If we minimize that, then expand the New Testament, you could jump to the New Testament, go to Matthew, Timothy, or Revelation. So there's the navigation within the bookmarks, and you click on that on the left right there. You can close the bookmarks, and you can just scroll through. You can enlarge it, and New Testament, go to John, expand that. We'll pick a word right here, supposed, Control F on PC. I think it's Command F on Mac, but for searching a document, and we'll type in that word, SUPPOSED, and there it is. It highlighted it right there. So that's how you can search words within the document as well. Why is this Bible significant? Why is it important historically, and why is it important theologically? And it's the first complete Bible to emphasize Jesus Christ with rubrication or red print. But it also reveals Christ in the Old Testament, and that's what we don't see in today's modern red print Bibles, is any emphasis or highlighting of Jesus as reflected in the Old Testament. So first, it has Messianic Judaism importance. It emphasizes the Jewish Jesus by showing how often he referenced the Old Testament. It does this by emphasizing the passages that he referred to with red print. So when you go to the Old Testament, you will see, let's pick one in Leviticus, I guess, and scroll through, okay, right here. And it says here, and in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. So Jesus in the New Testament makes this reference here, and or alludes to this. And so it's highlighted here in the Old Testament, where you can easily see that as well in the Old Testament. Then also it unveils the Messianic Christ in the Old Testament by marking prophetic references with a red star. Okay, and so here I found a red star right here, and this passage marked with this red star is a prophetic reference to Jesus Christ. So it talks about the prophecies concerning the Messiah. Also, this Bible holds Christological and eschatological importance. First, in the New Testament, dominical words are rubricated to easily distinguish the Savior's character, and that's what we typically see in the New Testament now with red print, is words of Christ in red. But in the Old, with regards to end times, which it seems like we are in, or at least getting close to, it will be a biblical testament of Jesus to Judaism, perhaps the Bible of the Tribulation, because this will enable at that time, future time, the person within that period to see Christ in the Old Testament. And that's going to be significant to Judaism at that time, as they begin to recognize the true Christ and who he was and what he did, and as the Messiah. So that's the importance as well with regards to end times. But why did the Bible publishers not carry over the Old Testament rubrication that Klopsch did? What do you think? Leave a comment below. In my view, apparently some thought it better not to rubricate the Old Testament and leave you in the dark. Was it for reducing cost or a question of Christian theology? These are doubtful. More so, one can speculate certain power groups did not want you to have this Bible as Klopsch intended. So I say this, it is the Bible they did not want you to have. And now you have it. It's in the PDF form. And hopefully I can bring it to print. Keep me in prayer for that, please. And so the purpose, is to archive and preserve and bring it into circulation for all to access and read. But then I realized the amount of scholarly work that went into this, and felt it should also be in print. This is just an example that I used for doing this. Of course, there's a title, but this title was not on the original, Algonquin Indian New Testament that was translated by John Eliot in 1661. Here is the facsimile, of that. Realized I had to come up with a title, and that was the reason for titling it Rubricated American Heritage Bible, because the emphasis was in its rubrication, which is the red print, of course, and also that it was an American heritage in that this was the first time Christ was being emphasized with rubrication. So it was done here in America, so I decided that would be the title. At any rate, here, for example, was, his copyright page, James A. Fowler, which is why I'm as the copyright, and then also his publishing, ISBN, and so forth. So I used a lot of this just as a format for publishing this ebook, and hopefully it goes to print. Then I also looked at this Aitken Bible, which is also a facsimile, and how they just applied a foreword to it, and then a historical preface. And what a foreword is, another person describing their opinion about the book, and then a preface is the author or publisher describing the book and how, why, and whatnot about the book. So it's kind of an about page or pages. And so that's kind of the formats from these facsimiles as examples for my doing this project. And of course here is the, he titled it originally Holy Bible Red Letter Edition. And for technical reasons, I had to give it another title so that it's under a different copyright. His copyright expired, as well as the publishing company has been dissolved. So at any rate, this is the actual rubricated Bible that he initially did. That is in its complete form. The first one was done, and it was only the New Testament, in 1899. Then in 1901, he completed this edition. So going back, this Bible falls in the category or taxonomy of book history and is a facsimile, or what that means is an exact copy print. Only a fixed number of books are published, and then it went out of print. Naturally, out of print, books become rare as they become damaged or destroyed by just use and other various means. Today, there is something called a print on demand, and which is what I'm going to publish this printed version as print on demand. So you'll place the order and it will be printed and sent to you. And that's the way most books are today, because you don't, holding a stock is quite expensive. Once I get it to hardback print, it will be a must-have companion for your Bible study, and will make a great gift, especially to your pastor. I will make that available on this website. And please pray for me to be able to accomplish this aspect of publication. And please help if you can. Financially, it does cost. Jesus said of the scriptures, quote, "These are they which testify of me." I feel that's the importance of seeing Christ also in the Old Testament, is that these are they which testify of Jesus. So until next time, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace.